Party, party, party.
Hey, well, it's an after party.
AFTA party, party,
You got it,
party.
Yeah. Hey, with Duty J. Hey, he bring their after party, party, party. Hey, for Angel, for Danny, yo, they bring their after party. Hey, DJ Scooter, yo, hey, he bring their after party. Bam, 40. Hey, yo, crew. Yeah, get the right for. Yeah. Party. Obsession, baby. Yeah.
AFTA party, party, party.
Yeah.
AFTA party, party, party. See, I told y'all niggas, I think it's about time that I showed y'all niggas. Well, who the flies of the fly, huh? Well, who the fuck can do it like that, huh? See, I told y'all niggas, I think it's about time that I showed y'all niggas. Well, who the flies of the fly, huh? Well, who the fuck can do it like that, huh? Throw it back, let me see if you gon' catch it. Ain't no mulatto, it's Miss Marcy in this section. I run his mind, nigga keep thinking he getting in mine. Always telling me I'm fine, don't know I'm a devil in disguise. I want them diamonds, that's for facts. You can hold them flowers, say P. Do owe me please, or you can buy me mileage. Make back my seat, bless the cause on my feet. Cartier looking so sweet, he left some money in my suite. I love when niggas love me. See, I told y'all niggas, I think it's about time that I showed y'all niggas. Well, who the flies of the fly, huh? Well, who the fuck can do it like that, huh? I told y'all niggas, I think it's about time that I showed y'all niggas. Well, who the flies of the fly, huh? Well, who the fuck can do it like that? I love when niggas love me, I love that money, keep it coming, need a bigger dummy. Who ain't gon' run me, just go for me, teach you niggas something. And we gon' see who think it's funny. Run this shit for money, left. Go, 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 he want that ass, I want the cash. Let me see if who gon' flex it. Time for no excuses, baby, I'll just count your blessings. Ain't here for the chill, Big Marcy, I want them bills. Yeah, this new shit is for real, yeah, this new shit is for real. Wow. He like it when I ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it. I go pull up and he just want me back and get inside. He on me, that nigga love me. Swear you don't know me, run me my money, wow. He like it when I ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it. I go pull up and he just want me back and get inside. He on me, that nigga love me. Swear you don't know me, run me my money, wow. It's Aisha, hey Misha Bro, hey look, run me my money, wow. Hey Southwest, hey uptown, hey look, run me my money, wow. Hey land over, hey look, run me my money, wow. Hey throw it back, get his ass like that.
Hey, fellas, say where your money flex back.
Hey throw it back, get his ass like that.
Hey, fellas, say where your money flex back.
Hey throw it back, get his ass like that.
Hey, fellas, say where your money flex back.
Throw it back, get his ass like that. Hey Mel, well let's get cute. Hey yo Mel.
Project 71 here. Project 71 here. Hey, Survey, this called drop it off in they draws, man. Hey, Killing, 2-5. That's called drop it off in they draws, Steve. Yes, it is. That my man Sweet Town just checked in. How's about them misfits, y'all? Horns, give me them. Love it when you rock it like that, y'all. Drop it in they draw. Hey, Murray, Project 71, we on our way, man. We on our way, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see Miss NFL in the house. Always party with Miss NFL. Damo Horns, y'all. That's what we're talking about now. There it is, folks. I love it when we hold it tails. My Glen Island family in the back of the ribs. From day one with a brother, you hear me? Also, my man Kurt is in here, y'all. Kurt did it. Hey, Tank. Got my brothers in the building, y'all. Hey, Tank. What's going on, man? Little yummy yums, huh? Little yummy yums, Tank. Take me to the top one more time, Horns. Love it when you do it. Project 71 is here. Have no fear, Project 71 is here. Project 71 is here. Let me see, bust a move. Killing crew. Whole lot of uptown, y'all. South side. My man Barry. I'll travel off in they draws, y'all. Oh, there it is. Love when they hold it right there, certain quarters through. Good to see y'all. Feeling like the Metro Club in here now. Feeling like back in the days, y'all. Hit me one time, Horns. Don't hurt it quick, let it rock. Oh, crank music. Oh, don't abuse it. Oh, crank music, y'all. Oh, hit me one time, Horns. My man Kenny going, bust a move. You bring the fam through with your bust a move. You got Mr. Doc back there. What you got with you? All right. Take it to the top and bust a move in the back, y'all. Misfits. Tennessee Steve. Cutthroat. Miss NFL. My man Sturby. My man Bird and Funk. Cuz Moms. It's here. Oh, sweet dreams. say what? East side time. Deeper, deeper. Yeah. Taking it back to the east side, y'all. Deeper, deeper. Deeper. I don't really wanna feel. We're doing a 20-minute workout. Yeah. We just. All right. What up, yo? What's up, yo? Hey, Tracy. Yeah. Yeah. We're doing a 20-minute workout. Yeah. Oh. Hey, boy. Yo. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Workout. Oh, say what? Yeah. Say what? Deeper. Deeper, deeper. Deeper. I don't really want to feel.
They forget who I am. They really do. It's crazy how shit work, right? Bitches think they got all the sex in the world. Bitches think they got all the sex in the world. They be trying to chase your nigga. All what happened? They be trying to be all in your business. Sometimes you gotta just get that nigga back to the bitch that he came from. You feel me? You say that you love me, but I don't believe you. Oh, you say that you love me. Oh, but I don't believe you. You out here hanging with me, all the head bitches. Baby, you will never lie. Yeah. Oh, baby, you will never lie. Oh, baby, you will never lie. I don't get it. Baby, you will never lie. I don't get it. So look. All I want is to be happy. No more begging on my knees for you to say you can keep your word. And I'ma keep my tears. No more hurt. I finally know my word. All I wanted to be happy. No more begging on my knees for you to stay. You can keep your word. And I'ma keep my tears. No more hurt. I finally know my word. This time I'm leaving. I'm really leaving. Oh, moving on to the next. Oh, 'cause I can't be with another nigga who won't return my love. Got me fucked up. I'll shoot your shit up. Pretense fucked up. Here we go. It's your part. They hate him. Here you go. Y'all say. Oh, hey, y'all say, here you go. Man, it's your little dick nigga. Sing it one time, hey, he looks so dead. He's about to do the best thing that he can. Oh, hey, sis, here you go. I left your man standing on the corner. He packed his shit, waiting for the bus. Hey, look, nigga, I'm cheating on you. Don't you call me. Lock up all your bags, cause you're phony. Bring me FaceTimes on your laptop. I won't rob you, but we never shop. Nigga, I'm cheating on you. Don't you call me. Lock up all your bags, cause you're phony. Bring me FaceTimes on your laptop. I'm gonna rob you, but we never shop. Ha 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 ha. Nigga. Fuck you talking about? Ha 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 ha. Nigga, what we tell them ladies out the robin? Ha ha ha. You got the right baby mama. Ha 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 ha. Nigga. Oh, oh my life, my heart's been waiting for you.
One more time, this gave me a dub. Ba-ba-da, half a bug. Ba-ba-da, keep madness on. Ba-ba-da, to the break of dawn. Ba-ba-da, bitches in the mall. Take the Tangeray straight to the head. One more time, I party with that nigga Fred. Ba-ba-da, yes, me on TV. Ba-ba-da, maybe that MTV. Ba-ba-da, love all my thugs. Ba-ba-da, plus some niggas smoke drugs. Ba-ba-da, one more time, K-Pasta. Ba-ba-da, for them niggas eating pasta. Ba-ba-da, I party with the nigga love. Ba-ba-da, used to rock from the club. Ba-ba-da, y'all can't follow me. Ba-ba-da, tall nigga fuck the city. Ba-ba-da, I'm a tall motherfucking killer. From nigga from Manila. Ba-ba-da, first time I ever heard you. And I party with you. As you party with me. One more time. Nigga straight gonna take you high. Come on. And we gon' bottle. Right. freaks. You ain't top daddy. Listen. First time that I heard this song, MCs to the break of dawn. All we got to do is sniff it. One time, y'all niggas skip it. Good fellas, drinks and eyes. Drinks and eyes. Drinks and eyes. One time, baby. Come on. Some two, yeah. J.D. Some two. Gotta get the river straight in my system. One more time, y'all niggas trying to listen. Good for the drinks.
We got Buggy on the drums, y'all. And that's BYB. Hey, Doug. Hold it down, Doug. Hey, Chris, wait a minute. Come on. Come on. For yes. You go high. And goddamn it, go high. Woo! Hill boys. Easy work. Hill boys. Easy work. Hey! Just good old boys. Hey, Gary. Hey. Shannon. Hey, sweet Shannon, come on, girl. Hey, sweet Alita, hey. Let it be right. Doggy boy. Doggy boy. A little bit more smoke for Toya. Look at when I drink that brush, hold that brush. I can see clearly now. Hey, Easy, hey, what a rush. Yo, I'm in the land of the crew. Hey, what a rush. I can see clearly now. Yo, hey, what a rush. Yo, I said the whole Minnesota. What a rush. I can see clearly now. Seven double low, what a rush. Hold that rush. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, man. Hey. 808. As ready? Y'all ready? Thunderbolt chill. We're not Thunderbolt chill. Yeah. Five. Yeah. I see the right tonight. Y'all be easy, y'all. Fade away and do the NO. The balcony. The balcony. Certain quarter. Yes, y'all. Do the beat, y'all. Yes, y'all. Do the beat, y'all. Hey, yes, y'all. Do the beat, y'all. Yes, y'all. Do the beat, y'all. Hey, yes, y'all. Do the beat, y'all. Yes, y'all. Do the beat, y'all. Come on, yes, y'all. Do the beat, y'all. On the side, to the left, to come on, to the right, they shut your corners, to the left, they 69. What's up, big? The 441, the Red House Crew, the Who That? Yo, I say the Florida now, well, that's old. Let me see that pussy roll. That pussy roll. The pussy, the quarter now, that's old. Let me see that pussy roll. That pussy, everybody bounce. Rock the boat, good. To the left. To the right. Get it on. To the She's so hot, she needs to know this. This is the girl of my past, and she later on, she was running the door. She got me singing. Whoa. 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 Give me the reggae one more time, shorty. 100%. Yes. 100%. Yeah. Say what? 100%. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. 100%. Say what? 100%. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. We have my crib, so it ain't no rules. All but niggas sweat songs to help you. Selfie, and Tony old school. They shake up the tune. When they without me, shake it like a fever. I'll let you go without the house. She got me singing. Whoa. Triple four. She got me singing. Whoa. She got me singing. Kentucky Court. She got me singing.
Sweet Indy got a birthday, yeah. Sweet Indy got a birthday, yeah. Sweet Indy got a birthday, yeah. Sweet Indy got a birthday, yeah.
something out the ordinary. Like can't you manage? Think you are the prototype. I think I'm in love again. I think I'm in love again. I want to say thank you. I'm in the bar. And God knows I don't want that. No. But we can't be mad at God. We met today for a reason. I think I'm on the right track. I'm in love. Yeah.
Happy birthday going out to Indy for crying, baby.
I think I'm in love. Well, let's go. Well, let's go to the movie. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are live, man.
Yes, we are.
It's the after party.
Wednesday already?
It's Wednesday already, man. Never get here fast enough. I ain't rushing life, but you know. Welcome to the after party, man. What's up, bro?
Man, another busy Wednesday.
Yeah, click it. It's okay. We live. This is live. This is off the cuff. This is the after party. So
That's the after party, y'all, right here on GoGoRadio.tv.
Oh man, you got it. You must have went home and practiced that, huh, bro? He said,
I did have some notes for our guests that we got coming in today, but I left them on my island in my kitchen. So
hey, I'm sure you studied your notes.
I'm gonna try to go off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
Yeah. So what you been doing this week, man? What's going on this week?
Oh man, I've been trying to stay out the way, bro. You know how that go. It's always something. It's always a reason. It's always a reason.
Always.
No matter what you do, it's always a reason. And it can always be worse. So I never try to really dwell on negative things that may happen, because everything happens for a reason. You got to get something positive out of it. So, you know, that's just my outlook on everything. That's how I move through things. As long as I learn something from it, it's, you know, every day is a struggle though.
Did you see my post on the GoGo report?
Yeah, I did.
I think people need to start understanding the truth of the business side of GoGo. I think for far too long, people don't understand the dynamics. And what I post is just my opinion.
Always.
Is not the law of the music. And several posts came out of that post, that one big post that I posted on Facebook on GoGo.
Right.
And it generated over almost 150 comments, I believe.
Yes.
I'll tell you, before I speak on stuff, I usually ask certain folks about aspects of GoGo. And a lot of people I've got to know and take their word on. They don't take their word on certain things of our music.
Okay.
Like attendance of GoGo, the attendance.
The number.
The numbers are way down.
Yeah.
Way down. Whether you want to wholeheartedly disagree with me or not, but we used to have at least 12 to 15 shows a weekend. Easy. Now it's not that many shows during the weekend. On the weekend, it's not. Um, the clubs are slowly closing. Not at the rate that they was in 2007 when PG closed like what was it like 8 clubs at one time, and I think out of those 8, maybe one of them reopened. Um, but people got to understand is just because one person said doesn't make it true, and it doesn't make it false. But I asked a lot of different promoters over the past year and a half, 2 years, as I developed certain relationships with certain promoters, and a lot of them agreed that the people are just not coming out like they used to. Because and we talk about this every week, Rudy, like almost every week, we beat the dead horse.
Yeah.
Our generation that started GoWin, we are getting old. We're not coming out like we used to. We used to party 5, 6 times a week because we had the energy and we had the time. But now a lot of us got families, we got businesses, we got super jobs. I mean, some of us making plays, some of us DJing, some of us hosting parties, some of us even making a party. The dynamic is just not the same as it was 20, 30 years ago. And another thing,
Yeah, we got a lot of options now and a lot of responsibility.
Options. We got options. Yeah. And another thing I touched on was GoGo is 50 years old. GoGo is 50 years old. 50 years old. We have not gotten out of this area a lot. We have been to Japan. We have been to New York. We have been to LA, Chicago, Texas, New York. I mean, wherever you want, but it's not consistently.
So this is what I want to do, because our guest has arrived,
right?
And I'm sure he is well versed on this subject,
right?
As well as many other
Doc.
things.
Come on, join us, Doc.
So we're gonna let him slide on in the situation.
Whoa.
Pause. No, we're gonna get you right on here.
On this hot seat. That's the hot seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome Dr. Lavelle to the After Party, also known around these parts as, what they call you in these streets? What they call you?
Lavelle.
There you go.
They call me.
That's what they call them. Welcome to the After Party, young man.
Maybe.
And like I said, y'all, everything that I say is not law. Anything that any of us on this show or platform is not law. It's just our opinion. So I know a lot of y'all gonna run to Facebook and talk y'all shit. Said the After Party said this and the After Party said that.
They gonna say opinions. Scooter said.
No, if I said we said it. If Danny said we said it. What's up, Bat?
That's what they're gonna say.
Well, before I get in all that, I want to shout out to all my DJs who checked in. DJ Nikki, DJ Zay, man, I appreciate all of y'all checking in, man. My man Vet checking in from the Eastern Shore. Danny, man, just clocked in. What's up, DJ Rick? DJ D Money watching from Atlanta. Bonnie, what's up, Bonnie? What's up, Nazi? Man, all of y'all, we appreciate y'all checking in with us each and every week, man. All right.
So why she ain't on your live?
Why she not on your live?
Lord have mercy.
What's up, DJ Mike L? But yeah, man, everything we say is just based on our opinion. and you know what I mean. It's not law. Come on, you good? But we just like to get certain things out in the open to the people that attend these shows and events. And there's nothing wrong with us basing saying our opinion, so to speak. But we will get into our guest, Dr. L,
What's up? What's up? What's up?
the creator of the Jizz.
Among many other things.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Among many other things. So let's get started simply by let's let you introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are, what you do, your contribution to this community.
I'm Dr. Lavelle Long. First of all, I'm a returned citizen. For those who know the street term, I'm a convict.
How long you was on vacation?
About 6 years.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm also a playwright, producer, content creator, what I like to say most when I think where I'm important in the situation and what our city don't have. I'm definitely a content creator.
Okay.
And other than all that, I'm a man. So with that being said, let's dive into it.
Sure.
Okay, let's get it.
So how long have you been in this? Well, first of all, are you a fan of go-go? Are you a fan of this culture? Did you listen to it? Is it
I'm mostly a fan of the culture.
okay?
Right? So go-go, I love go-go, but in my younger age, because of what I was involved with,
Right.
go-go was to me, and just only me, it was hot to me,
Right.
because I didn't like the name saying and
Right, where you was at, what you was doing.
yeah. So I
The
say,
street.
so a lot of people that's close to me, like Big G and all these folks know,
Yeah.
like once I tell my story, I just thought go-go, I just thought that wasn't the place I need to be, because that's where, that's where all the gangsters hung at, that's where all the police hung at.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And at that time, go-go was Facebook and social media.
That's it.
And so
right about that.
my plan was, not to be known.
Right.
And that's what I achieved.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you even get in the position to my man Rocksteady? How do you even get in a position to be in this position?
As far as doing
As
go-go
far as-
musicals?
Not even everything is not even. It's not even. We're gonna drop the word go.
Okay.
That's just
Theater?
There you go. 'Cause right now, the go-go, that's just that one thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
As far as
Come on
theater?
in, Rocksteady.
So, first of all, I was a hustler. I was a drug dealer,
Okay.
right? And so, even in my drug dealer days, I've always went left. Where everybody was going right, I went left. And it doesn't work for everybody, but it works for me. And so, I've always looked at the lanes. Whereas I used to look at other drug dealers and I see what they was doing, and I would go totally opposite,
Okay.
right? And so it's just like the same thing with theater. When I was behind doing my time, and I talked to Gingers a lot. Like Gingers, was the only dude that really, really made sure I was straight in that joint.
Okay.
Write it down.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I ran with a lot of dudes, but Gingers was there all the time. So anything I needed or whatever, he was there. And so while I'm sitting down, me and God have these talks. And so I like to say, and I teach my young guys that I'm mentoring now, it's a book, it's a hustler street guy one-on-one book that everybody does. So when you become a drug dealer, first thing you do, you buy a car, and then you get a mobile detail shop. Then if you graduate from that, you get a clothing line. And when you graduate from that, you become a promoter. And then when you graduate from that, you try to get a club.
It's all flipping money. Right.
So all that was the routine. And so to be honest, I did every one of those.
Yeah.
Right? Successful in everything that a drug dealer was doing, I saw it done, I did it. And so this time, one of my biggest mistakes was, in North Carolina, because that's where it really started going down for me, North Carolina and Atlanta.
Okay.
And so in North Carolina, I was getting out of the game, and I bought some land, so I wanted to build an aquarium. That's where I was thinking. I always thought left. my brothers and crew was convincing me to open up a club. Open a club up. That's where my problem began.
Because that's bringing in everyone and so
Yeah.
much other.
Yeah, and not just that I opened a club. I opened a club at North Carolina University, like where Michael Jordan played at, like only black owner in North Carolina, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, with a club. And so, if I would have stuck with that aquarium, you know what I'm saying, I would have, that was my thing. But listening to my guys and my brothers, I'm gonna say my brother and them, my blood brothers. That's what I blame for it. And well, that's what I used to blame for, but now it's a blessing. He sat me down and told me, she's like, read one of my books. I never would read it. So I read about 2 pages and I said, I can't read it. He's like, why? I said, I live this shit, so I don't want to read this. I lived it. And so when I look at it, I know how the book going to end. I know how to start it. I know the whole book. And so I said, man, I think we should focus on family entertainment. And this going to come back when we get to talking about go-go. So when that happened, when I woke up that morning, I usually talk to Ging every Saturday because, we doing this thing. So every Saturday, when I was talking, the Wizard of Oz came on. And that's when it hit. I said, Genghis. He said, what's up, Slim?
Yeah.
I said, I got an idea. And he was like, tell me. And I was like, what do you think about doing go-go version of the Wizard of Oz? Like, Slim, that's my favorite jump. And so from there, I don't know if he thought I was playing or not, but that's when I started the course. Just like, boom, boom, boom. And it was so strong for me. I didn't really want to do it because when I started going at it, Chuck was living. So, me and my bunkmates talk because we on a 3-man comp. We a 3,000 man compound, just 3 DC dudes. I didn't do base time. I did state time. I was in penitentiary. Which anybody know that time, that's the hardest time you can ever do. And so
She said 3 weeks.
Yeah. But one day is hard.
But Fed time, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the end of the end of that day, it was 3 of us on there, and I was like, hey man, I want to set my city on fire. And my bunkmates, we used to talk about when we get out what we're gonna do. I said, I just want to set the city on fire. Because as always, I was gonna stay in Atlanta. I wasn't gonna come back home. And so he said, what you want to do? I said, well, I've done a lot of stuff in go-go people don't even understand. So I said, because I always played the background. But I said, man, I'm going to set the city on fire and let them know. One time, I'm going to leave them. And so they was like, what you going to do? I'm doing the go-go version of the Wizard of Oz. And the only thing I was praying, nobody thought of it before I got out. I knew people thought of it, but they was like, nah. People had to think of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I was like, soon I come home, I said, I'm going to give it to Chuck. I was just going to give it to Chuck and his family, like, y'all can have it. Because that's where I really started writing it behind.
Right.
Got home, Chuck had passed away, of course. And I tried to give it to my son. My son and them kept on loafing.
Right.
And then my wife, I'm sitting around depressed, crying and shit, like, because I'm broke. Like, I've never been broke since 1984. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And I'm in Georgia. I'm in Atlanta. So it's just not adding up. You know what I'm saying? Then my wife was like, you keep on talking about these go-go plays, but this go theater. He was good because I was a boxing promoter too. My wife was trying to get me to go back to do the boxing promoter stuff. And so she was like, you keep on talking about the go, won't you do it? And then, once someone tell you what you can't do or push you, I'm that type of person. If you leave me alone, I go off and be quiet.
Right.
When you say I can't do it, and she pushed that button, then I was like, I am going in. Right. And then I talked to everybody. Everybody think I'm playing. Everybody think I'm gonna do this at a high school. But like that hustling mentality of being in the streets,
that grand stage.
I've never wanted. Like I always went left. And so when people thought I was crazy, I was thinking MGM. They was thinking, I don't want to mess it up. They was thinking school, high school. I'm not gonna say those because people think I'm talking. Yeah, they think
they thought you was gonna be a wuss.
Yeah, so because I'm not a person that take the word no, and then where I'm from, that area 88, 84, 88,
oh, man.
that where men was built, like the occurred. I'm gonna tell a story. I'm
That was
gonna
a cracker
tell a
right there.
film, but that was
Coca-Cola
that
James.
that was a businessman era. Like that taught a lot of men business. That taught a lot of men how to stand on their own.
Right.
And so therefore I just put that in. I was like, I'm going out to MGM. I ain't telling but a couple of people. I didn't even tell Dingus. I just told a couple of people like, you tripping, you tripping, you tripping. And so I came here and I tell this story every time. Here in DC, they turned me down. I want people to understand, but when they told me no, I don't take no for an answer. So I went to Vegas. And that's when I got their attention. And this what got their attention. I said, just picture this. Just picture in Jamaica, Bob Marley want to do the version, a reggae version of the Wizard of Oz. And the guy was like, you're fucking crazy. And I was like, well, that's DC.
Right.
And I swear I got here and, they turned me down for so many reasons. They started saying park and they said so much stuff. Then I got that call, that dude out Vegas called here. It was like, I think it'll be a great idea. I think he's onto something. And I got the call, said, hey man, y'all got the MGM.
Oh man,
and that's when I was like, yeah, God, that's my sign.
That's why I said, did you cry at that moment?
Yeah, I was on camera. Yeah, I definitely cried. I definitely cried because why I cried for, I'm fighting against go-go dudes at that time, which is retarded. I'm fighting against my baby mothers that said I was gonna fail, telling my kids I wasn't gonna be nothing because all I do is sold drugs.
Right.
I'm fighting against family members, like just everybody saying, because when I left, I was definitely on the high end of selling drugs. Well, they say kingpin and all that. And so when I came back, I'm flat broke, not a dollar in my pocket. So they gave people time to beat up on me. You know what I'm saying? So, and people have never seen me like I said, I got a game in 84. I didn't get caught to 2010. So I had one hell of a run. And I like to say, a lot of people say this, but I was the real ghost of DC. Like, anybody want to, get on the platform, we want to debate it, like we can talk that shit, and then you can really know that. So it's like, because no one knew of me, I stayed to myself. Those who knew. But me moving from South Carolina to Georgia, LA, North Carolina, I stayed in several places. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not an OG, in the city. I'm an OG in many cities. And so a lot of people was on my back and said I'm going to be a drug dealer. And so when I got to MGM, I kind of knew what was about to happen. And so even in prison, the guys in Georgia, when we was telling them we going to do this, man, they was laughing at us. Like, nigga, I ain't going to da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And so that's where it really hardcore struck to me. I was talking to my guys in prison, like, if I can do this shit, y'all know I was sitting there with y'all, we can all do it. And then from there, it's like, once I announced that it was at the MGM, it was chaos. That's where the bullshit started. You know what I'm saying? Should have been like, damn, there we at. That was totally opposite. That's when the bullshit started. And so from there,
be your own people.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. That's why I say I gotta write this story one day and everybody gonna understand. It's like I got a call from the MGM 2 days later. See, people don't understand. Like when you touch that button, and you looking, see if I'm at the MGM. That's a swipe for me. Pop, 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 pop. So they call and they say, man, you got more touches than Bruno Mars. I say, huh? She said, yeah, at that time, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know social media. I've been locked up. I don't know nothing about it.
Right.
And so what really made me know that was something, they bought 300 tickets from me. So y'all got to look at it. I'm flat broke.
Right.
I ain't put no money up for marketing. I ain't got nothing. MGM bought the first 300 tickets. So that check was like I went from nothing.
Right.
So my wife gave me $4 to go to Wendy's to buy 4 for 4s.
Right.
This real spill. Most niggas ain't gonna tell y'all shit
Right.
like that.
Right.
But I'm buying 4 for 4s at Wendy's. I'm messed up, and I got too much pride to get money from my wife.
Right.
And so I look at the bank account the next morning through Live Nation. It's like $40-some, $30-some $1,000. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Right.
And, yeah. Whereas I couldn't touch it then.
Right.
I couldn't touch it. But I knew like
What it represented.
we still got 28, 2,900 tickets still. But me looking at that low number and seeing how much money it was, I said, oh, we into something. Right. So when I saw that, I saw the 30 guy. So now I got that on the phone. This coming to me from Live Nation from Ticketmaster every day. So when I got that, I showed one of my men. Got 30,000. They can give me 10,000. I pay you back. That's when the magic started. When they saw that, it's like so good. Then took care of some things I needed, took care, then the journey happened. And everybody fell off, thought that was gonna stop me. And
so what year did you actually start putting everything together?
I think it was 2018, 19, one of those.
So it took you like 3 years to get everything.
Nah, it took me. I came home 2016, and I couldn't leave Georgia because they wouldn't give me interstate compact.
Okay.
And so I got fed up with Georgia, just left, and I started the year that I started saying I'm gonna do the gigs here. It was happening next year.
That's all right, man.
No, go, you know, I'm saying theater, and I like to say go theater because it's sometimes I think it's not no respect in what I'm doing, and why I say that is because the number's up for us, and I've been told several times I wasn't gonna sell out with this person performing, that person performing at the MGM. This was before this is why we wasn't at the MGM. People told me I wasn't gonna sell out. People don't realize I threw a play the night that Essence was at the MGM. I still sold out. And so anybody that does business should know that if your support not coming from family or friends, you're successful. And so, you know, the numbers up for theater, especially they really love go-go in theater. And I continue and I'm still fighting to say, hey, y'all, you know, we here. You know, I understand we got bands, but now let's pay attention to theater. And so if the members of the band members see what I'm doing and come check and see what I'm doing and see for themselves what I'm doing, I've already got national networks contacting me. Only reason I haven't done anything because I don't have original music. I'm not a musician.
Right.
But what's starting to happen is Frank Scooby Marshall and Chris from T.O.B. and Yanni Crawley.
Gonna put some things together.
They've been in my plays. And so they see the response. And so now it's like, I'm with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Scooby just cut. This is my first time having really a song for go-go. Scooby cut it for me, and we talking big things now because it only takes, and I say this again, and we got people that's y'all been in go-go. And I will ask the question. Other than go-go live, what's been the future of go-go? Who has made more money in one day than DC Black Broadway with the gigs? And I say it now. It's a fact. I made over $225,000 in one day. Who in go-go have made that type of money? I mean, and then if we want to fact check, I got the paper. I keep on the paperwork.
Right.
But we got go-go live. And I say this all the time when I get to talk. The gigs was a big part of go-go.
Of course, yeah, of course.
A big part of go-go, but we still at the point they want to ignore me. And so that drives me more to continue to do it because I'm telling my guys that, hey, y'all, this is another avenue for musicians.
Right.
I'm not stingy. I might be where I'm writing an elephant.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And therefore, we still telling a story to an audience that's too old to go to go-go, or even scared to go to go-go.
Right.
Or too young to go to go.
Right. think that it's over. I think that there's no more go.
There you go. So you got people that they want to hear go-go, they want go-go, right? Some people just not gonna come in to bring you to see it.
Right.
It's a stigma. Some of it's too late. You know what I'm saying? If our day parties are good. But in art, everybody like to put on their clothes. Kids. Another difference is, I asked you this about go-go. Whenever time you ever had an event in go-go, you have 4 generations of Washingtonians in the building. The kids. How do I know that? Because we gave a gift to the smallest kid, which was 4. We gave a gift to the oldest, the elder. Now she was 99 and still dancing. And so I'm just saying facts. Like what we gotta do. And the people that was dead knows this. But it seemed like everybody still want to ignore. I don't get no grant money. I don't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? Even with, seeing the go-go members in the building, just come in the building, just say, let me see what the kid doing, or see what he doing. Right? Because we can talk about it all day, but it's a difference if you see it. I guarantee you, if everybody come in and see it, it's gonna wake something up in you. That go-go theater is gonna wake up something. You're gonna say, I do this shit. Hey, hold up. You'll probably say, like, I won't do it like that, but I do it like this. And guess what that make you? A playwright. That make you something. If you see something different and say, I can do this, that make you someone that's, you have to learn some of this stuff, but man, making content is easy. I'm sure Rock Steady can go to any band, he can go somewhere that's in Jamaica and say, man, that would sound good if we do it. It's the same thing with theater. I can watch Rock Steady for 3 weeks. I guarantee you I'll put a play in my head.
Right.
And that's just what it takes, creativity. And so when we talk about go-go, I tell people, like, we do these big events, but there's no content creation in these events. And yes, you might have to spend a little more money, but on the long run, you're going to make more money.
So all of the cities that you got connections with, like you say, you've been there Southwest Coast. Your long-term plans is to take it on the road?
Well, yeah.
Take it on the road?
Well, actually, I already got an Atlanta Black Broadway. I got a Memphis Black Broadway. I got a North Carolina Black Broadway, and I got a Baltimore Black Broadway.
Oh, you already working.
And so we already sold out Atlanta.
Damn.
We have already tested the waters, and they love it. And so
you're getting good reviews from the stuff that you're getting great reviews.
When you are from DC, people come to see you lose, right? People don't want to laugh. People buy my tickets at first, bought my tickets just to say, let me see what this clown doing.
Right.
And then that's what I do. I have never seen none of my stage plays. You know why? Because when I was in the street, I used to study body language. That's why I've never been shot, never been stabbed. I knew who the killer was. I knew what the killer was. Right. And I stayed watching body language. And so in my theater, I watch body language. Right. I've never watched the play. They'll tell you, everybody on my staff will tell you he don't watch it. I watch the people. And so when I see somebody that I know hating, and they sit in that chair and they laugh and falling out, I got it.
Right.
And so that's what I do. I watch the crowd. I don't watch the stage play. I know what that is. I went through rehearsal for 3 months watching that, so I'm going to watch the people. And from there, I know how to move. I know it makes me write better. They like that. I'm going to put more of that in there. And so when I know that my city going to be real hard on me, I knew what they were going to do in Atlanta. Man, in Atlanta, they was over. They fell out. They was praying, oh, my God, you are the next Tyler Perry, all that.
Right.
And so now.
Because you got to think, if they're in Atlanta and they're coming there because they want to see it. A lot of times in here, with us, it takes somebody else to like it before we acknowledge that we like it. And now all of a sudden, that's, oh, my man, you're my man. And that's my man who plays with me.
Yeah, people got to see how many people going to like it before they actually want to come out.
That's like me recording a video and somebody hit me on Facebook while I'm recording. How many people in there? Like, man, right? What do it matter? Like, are you coming to enjoy yourself or not? You worried about how many people in here? Yeah. That's gonna matter if you enjoy yourself. Yeah. So
I don't want to cut in on.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rob. That's why you here.
Having the kids and
coming out with that. When you say content. One thing about I've learned, well, me been doing go-go for 40 years, been around for well, yeah. I seen it come, I seen it go. I was on go-go live. Right. So for me, it was to see you come up with this creativity is real big. But we tend to hate on for whatever reason. I can go to every city. I play with a lot of different styles. Mm-hmm. So when you haven't seen me, that don't mean I'm not playing. Right. John Legend,
you still working.
A lot of people.
You still working.
So I've never seen love like I get out of town.
Yeah.
When you come here, it's more so we don't support each other enough to, and we should. We're a small town that created a genre of music. Man, that is a big deal.
I think that's one of the reasons why.
Of music, right? Rap and go-go came out at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Rap did this, go-go did this, and it's because the powers that be. So, go-go has turned into, and we all had creativity. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't no top 40. I call it the top 40 era is where we at now. Mm-hmm. Everybody's playing everybody's song. Nobody is coming out with their own original stuff. Right. Back then, we had one or maybe two top 40 songs. The rest was all original. I give credit to Junkyard and Backyard because they still stay in their lane as far as their creativity. And they the last of the Mohicans when I say everybody's not going to the, besides the older bands. Right. So, but for me, I think that what you're doing is great. I think that this should be national. It should have been national 40 years ago. Because this is a genre of music, man, that we created based off of Congo. Go-go is based off of Congo. So whoever tell you something different, go-go is Congo. If you add Congos in anything, it's go.
I seen one of the Congo players. It was years ago, and it was a Puerto Rican guy. And I forgot who it was, but it was maybe like 10 years ago. I seen it on YouTube. He said that it was amazing what you guys in DC are doing with these Congos. We never can make a sound like that. And it's different.
Yeah, it's different. Crazy. And I played with a lot of Latin percussion guys, and they was like, "What the? How the hell you spin around? How do you do that?" To this day, I've never an originator, right? So you want to say, then they be like, "Man, you're a legend," or whatever they call me. But I have yet to see a Congo player do what I've done.
Because that's your lane. That's your lane. Nobody's gonna emulate that.
So, shout out to Mickey and all of them. They good. They great Congo players. Right. It's great Congo players. But back then, we all had to come up with our own concept. So if you didn't have that concept, you wasn't nothing. And here now, what's this 2023?
Right.
I am still relevant to these kids that never seen Rocksteady.
Right.
The old people know who Rocksteady is.
Right.
Then you got people in the middle. Now, what the hell? And I got kids that come up to me every day when you talking about kids. It's just so funny. I just put out the song ain't out yet. It's coming out on the 11th of February. But it's the Rocksteady Dance. Simple thing. Rocksteady Dance is 30 years old. Mm-hmm. And I have this, my manager, which is his teacher, she takes it to her school and she plays it for 5-year-old kids. And they going crazy.
Engagement.
So it's just, and what you said is true. So I tried to, the band that the Rocksteady Project is about content.
Right.
You haven't seen it yet, so I ain't invited him yet because I haven't seen you. But once you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. So it's an experience. We don't just, it's energy all the way through. Right. And it is because me being out on the road with different artists, I know you can't have, it's got a visual. We go off of vision. Right. And no offense to nobody, no disrespect to nobody, but I can't be a 50-year-old guy fat on stage. Mm-hmm. and thinking I'm gonna take it further than Southeast. It's not gonna go. I mean, I've been around. I see how stars take what they got and they make it. They make their, it's got to be sellable. So, and that's the first thing I always ask. I played with Pete Rock and CL Smooth, and we did Box 5.
Okay.
And I asked him, "What you think about Gold?" And he looked at me and he said, "Man, it's not marketing." So I said, "Why you say it?" And it's true. So he said to me, "It's good. It's good music. I love it. Problem is, y'all don't. It's not sellable, and it's not sellable because you got. When I think of Gogo, I think of Chuck Brown, who's 80 years old. I mean, we gotta keep it real. We're gonna keep it real on subjects. So
you honestly got to.
But if Chuck Brown looked like he was 40, be a different. It's a different lane. We base off of respect here in DC, so we go off. Okay, I'm gonna go see Chuck because I love him. He started it or whatever. Or I'm gonna go see this Essence because that's the #1 band in the land or whatever. That's how we base stuff off in DC. But it's people take it to Denver. They don't give a damn about who is this or who is that.
Right.
All they worrying about is how do you do it. We did a all white people. I got it on Facebook or on my page. 90% white people did their conference. They don't know nothing about gold. We explained it to them, showed it. So when they seen it, they accepted it because we from Denver. We ain't never even heard of that.
Right.
What is that? So the problem is, the problem is when they seen it, everything has to be sold. We don't do enough selling. That's the problem. And then when we sell, everybody has their picks. I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna go with them. Instead of saying, you know what? I'm a promoter. I got my own people, so I can make anybody a star.
Or they'll pick one thing and shoot down the other thing. Just because they'll talk bad about it because it's not them.
We do too much of that.
May not even know you, but just because I'm making music and you're making music, we have to have a problem.
We do too much of that. Yeah. It's too much of that going on in this city.
And I said music instead of using other words like clothes.
So it's like, you can't. One thing I've learned, I stay in my lane. I stay the Rocksteady Project. Usually when you see us, we buy ourselves. Got my own crowd. I don't care nothing about playing with this band or playing with that band. It really don't mean nothing to me because I've done that. Been there, done that. Right. Half of these guys that's playing now, I've played way longer than them. I know go in and out. I know this.
Right.
I've been there. I was a kid competing against the best of the best.
Right.
So you're talking about a 15.
You was on Go Live.
On Go-Go
That's
Live.
That's enough said. Like,
so,
I mean, shit.
And Go Live was sold out. The whole entire. Where was the Capital Center? Sold completely out.
I was scared to go to Go.
Only one of them.
My cousins and them was in there. I was scared. I was a youngin'.
Can sell that out was major stars. You had to take Michael Jackson in that joint to sell it out.
Yeah.
So we had back then. We had something, but what happened? Like I said, the powers that be kept it where they could make all the money.
Right.
There's no go-go player should be in here broke. It should be no go-go player in this city
50 years old.
that did 30 years or more.
Right.
Should be broke. Right. Shouldn't be. They should be retired. It should, and we talked about that. It should be. Everybody should be rich.
Because it is in fact a job, but you leave it with nothing, no benefits, no kickback,
nothing.
Yeah,
so
I don't get that.
So
that's the part
I mean, that's why I commend people like you that try to make it.
He's bridging the gap. He's trying to bridge that gap.
But
because he's going down another lane of go-go.
Yeah, my thing is though, sometimes you got to look beyond the people that we already think that's doing okay. Say, man, you know what? You who you are. You made the gigs. You can take anybody and say, okay, well, this is go-go or rock or somebody explain go-go to this band. This is a new up and coming band. They sellable. They kids. They this. They that, and sell it. It's simple because I think we stuck in our way.
Most definitely.
If I help
So
you,
stuck.
if I help you, right? It's because this is a small asset.
Yeah.
If I help you, then you want to take my spot.
That's how they go.
That's how they looking at it.
Yeah,
That's how they looking at it.
but
That's what they say.
as I tell people, like I don't think like with me, I don't think God blessed me to hold it, right? And so, you know, me trying to keep my mouth closed, certain things, I am gonna bust it wide open. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be straight. And I grab my own crowd. Like I don't need no one. Like DC shows me, Maryland, Virginia shows me a whole lot of love. People from Virginia Beach come from Philadelphia, come from Atlanta. People come all the way up here to see a musical, right? And so I get a lot of love. I don't want to get that confused. Like people pay hundreds of dollars to come see my stuff, so I get a lot of love. If I can say my peers is the problem, but I don't need my peers, right? Only thing I need is one or two guys from go-go music that does the music, understand business. That's all. And because I'm new and people don't understand the business, that's why I think people haven't gravitated to me, because they don't understand the business, right? And at some point, I'm just still learning the business. So even with, and I'm gonna tell you why people gravitate to what I'm doing, because it's not hard to sell. And so that's why I came up with taking iconic old movies and put them in go-go. Because if you would have came to Greece, you would have saw 20-some white people in it. And they was just, we gotta understand, like, I was the first, let's take go-go out of it. I was the first black person to ever do Grease in a black form. Take go-go out of it. They never had a black form of Grease. I did it. Then I put Grease with a side of mumbo sauce. So everybody knew. I wanted to show people I don't have to use the word go-go. Don't get it mistaken. Like I got creativity, so I'm gonna say, what's next to that? Mumbo sauce. It hit everybody. So now, when everybody comes see it, they knew that everybody that's a Grease fan knew the movie well. What they didn't know was I put Hackett Jamal in it. How did I learn about Hackett Jamal? You guys heard. I learned about Hackett Jamal through you guys. So guess what I'm just doing? From now, I'm just a reporter. If I hear you say somebody's name on the mic and I hear another band say it on the mic, they end up being in my place. Then guess what people say? He's great. He got a lot of creativity because I'm listening. It's like a GPS. Some people got to look at the GPS. I don't. I listen to the GPS. The GPS can
tell you where to go.
500 feet, make it right. Then it say, make this right. Some people not gonna hear make this right. I do. Right. And so a lot of people look at stuff. I listen. Right. And so therefore, like I said again, it's a lot of big things happening for me. I created my own lane. And even when we say music, just think about this. I could be a Grammy winner without being a band member.
Right. Yeah. Because you have musicians around.
And so we building some over here in DC Black Broadway. That's why we have Atlanta Black Broadway. That's why, because my dream is to throw a play simultaneously. Like I want to be in Atlanta while it's playing in DC and Baltimore and Memphis, and North Carolina at the same time. That's money. And that's never been done. So people are catching on now. Like I say, my peers, and I say peers when I talk about the community, because film. And I'm telling everybody now, I'm gonna give him a hell of a film. Y'all think I'm doing it in theater. Just look at Tyler Perry. He did it in theater. Right. And he shook up the film world. I'm just taking my time. But we got to always understand this. Like, I just listen to him, and he don't know I'm writing a story in my head because something he just said. You got to be quiet around me because I'm listening. I'm like,
Okay.
right. And so I listen. So I tell people, what if in this content and Randall Lawrence doing your stuff, right? Exactly. I know what's going. So at the end of the day, we don't understand what you did yesterday can make you very famous today. We just doing it in the wrong format. Like DC, we just gonna continue doing something no matter what. Even we see the same thing happening. What they say? What's that when you
Insanity.
Keep
keep
doing
doing
the same
something
thing. You
over and
crazy.
over.
Something wrong.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
insanity.
and so I say to this, and I use this scenario, 50 Cent. Y'all gotta watch 50 with 50 going. 50 is gonna make way more money he made on television than he's gonna make
Yeah.
being around.
Right.
Creating that content.
So why not learn? See what we doing? We greedy in DC. We greedy. Like we not gonna say I take $500 this week, other than making that 6,000 this week. We're not gonna say that to say I can do 500, but if I stick with this 2 years, I can make 500,000. We're not gonna sit down and wait for 2 years for that 500,000. We need that $6,000 every week. And so what I'm doing, yes, I done spent money. Yes, I ain't make no lot of money because I'm putting out money. But I know in time due that I'm going to be somewhere right there where I can help just not go, but my community. Right? Because you got to know first I'm a fan. Right? So I got favorite musicians now. Like, oh, I can't wait to work with them. But what happens when I become the millionaire? And I'll be able to push buttons that people can't push, and not just say money. I'm gonna tell you what's stronger than money: relationships.
Yeah. Oh, facts.
So it's a difference between I know a person than I have a relationship with. Oh, I know them. I know them. That's cool. Right. But do you have a relationship with them? And so when you got a relationship with someone, you can call them when you need them. And so the people have been watching, and God gave me this assignment, so it don't matter with me to tell it. But I have a relationship with media outlet. I have a relationship with Fox 5. I have a relationship with WPG. Relationships.
That's my biggest asset.
That means people moves around when I call because we have a relationship. It's not that I know them. I have a relationship with Genghis.
They want to do it for you.
It's not that I know Genghis. I have a relationship with Genghis.
Right.
I have a relationship with school. A relationship. And so, therefore, when you have a relationship with them, they tend to want to go further or harder for you.
Yeah.
And I got the city. I got the ticket buyers. I got people that's going to buy the tickets and sit in there because they observe this new way of go-go. Like, they hearing their favorite music. And they seeing the dance. And they seeing the clothing. And they hearing the lingo. And they cracking up. Just imagine the word Bama will have a arena shaking.
Right. You can relate.
You relate.
And then you saying what you relate to on a grand stage, and it makes it puts it on a whole nother perspective.
It relates.
Right.
And people love it. And so, like, I'm gonna tell you the third one's gonna be the Go-Go Nutcracker. It's done. And then we want to go further. I got a joint called Chocolate City Records. And then if we want to go get further, once I finish, I got Retalk and Mo. I got the JYB story. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, man. I got the JYB. Sardines and porcupines. Yeah, I just gotta go back to Mo. We gotta go over some more stuff. But I got the story. I got the flyer. I supposed to have been done it, but I just been trying to get my money right. But yeah, I got and this fact check. Like y'all, everybody know Mo. Yeah, I got Saudis.
Just don't spill no ideas.
I mean, you can.
can.
I'm saying they already tried to, but I'm just gonna be honest. This is not even being cocky. If you want to step to me on that stage, I like right now. If it was a versus, I want Jakar Johnson, Tyler Perry. I eat their ass up. So if you want to step in my lane, You won't embarrass yourself until you learn it. Like I learned, when you sit around and you learn it and you creativity, then yeah, you got a shot. But in this go-go theater thing, you couldn't imagine the things that's going through my head. And I haven't even mentioned what I really want to do. And I like I said again, I have national. I have a joint called Boogaloo's Juke Joint. I ain't got nothing to do with go-go. I got a joint that's gonna go national. I've already talked to the Raheem Devon, trying to get in touch with. Well, Raheem dead, Tank. I'm on something totally different. I'm not like I'm doing something for my city because that's what God gave me the assignment for, right? But I'm not. I'm going national. Like I'm pulling numbers like Jakar Johnson did, the dude that did New Jack City. His numbers not no different than mine. The ticket sale definitely don't is not more than mine. Like so, and you gotta understand, I was checking for these guys at first when I came in. The radio station called me and said, "You know Jakar's coming. You know Tyler coming. Look what they doing there." Lavelle, just what date you want? I don't have to check with nobody no more because they know what I'm gonna do. They know what I'm gonna do. So like even like when I do these national shows, yes, I want Jakar Johnson. That New Jack City bullshit. Come on, man. You can't. I'm gonna be honest. It's competition, like Ross said. You can't do what I can do. I'll take their shit and make it better. Period. I'm on. This is what I do. I don't have no plan B. This is what I do. If you want to try this, Slam, I'm good at this. I promise you. I can say JYB. Nobody can write it better than me. Period. I've already got. I only got about 3 more scenes I gotta write. I'm good at this. If anybody saw Grease with a side of mumbo sauce, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you sat there and saw it, the crowd was amazed. And people love Grease.
I haven't been to nothing.
Yeah, that's why our conversations are different, because if y'all have seen these plays, we have a whole different conversation right now.
And I've seen excerpts and stuff, but I've never physically. I haven't physically went.
People that love Grease, if you somebody you know that love Grease that came, just ask them. Wally K mother. And I told Wally K, I ain't put it on Facebook. I haven't said nothing about Grease, really. But Wally K mother walked to Wally K, Mr. Miami Takeover mother. He'll tell you. Ask him what his mother said. His mother said, "Baby, you are Tyler Perry. I don't even think Tyler Perry better than you." And I've been to all of his. Wally K was there. His mother said that. So people that love Grease, they will understand. Like I wrote that from watching all white people. It was
the original Grease or the
all of it's born. I watched 100-some hours of Grease. All of it's born. Yeah, all of it's born.
Did the play? Did you base it off of the first one or the second one?
I based the first play off. I based it off. I watched a lot of high school. I did the first one, but I watched a lot of high school plays because Grease was a film. It wasn't theater, right? Mm-hmm. And so you gotta know how to change. You know how to change a film to a theater. And so I had to go into high schools and watch these high school white people just dancing. I mean, it was terrible. And I had to watch hundreds and hundreds of albums to watch it. And then people would tell you mine was not like I took their songs and I wrote different songs to it. Like I didn't even use, I didn't even want to use, I only used 2 of their songs. Because I was so bored. It was so boring that I was like, I can't watch this. But I had to.
Do you compare your plays to other ones?
Well,
like as far as like competition wise? No. Your work, do you compare your work to your other work? To any work? Like this play is better than this one? Or what is your best work to date?
Yeah, I put Lisa World.
Lisa was in one of them.
No, she her character was in it.
Oh, okay, her likeness.
And so, and I'm gonna tell you why she said it was the bomb, right? Because they didn't have they didn't know what I was gonna write, and so her name was so big, and I think she was so big for the culture that I just wrote around what I heard, and so when she sat there and saw it, and her family members saw it, they wondering how did this girl act like this to the world. And he didn't know Lisa. I didn't know nobody in Hector Mode. I just called and said, "Hey, can I use y'all likeness?" And everybody said, yeah, they didn't. I was getting calls from people like this. You don't even know them. What you doing? And I was like, just come see it, because I'm not gonna do everything I do is entertainment for a whole family. It's not for one. So that's the value.
So you grabbing all age brackets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I believe in go-go. I want the kids to know who Rocksteady is. 4, 5 years, 6 years old, but they learning Rocksteady in a different content. Like the Trina Boos and the Lisa of the Worlds, they learning them in a different content. And so that what made it so special. Like if people knew what Grease was, and to see it in a black version, us, that just add to the dynamics to it. But my best, I say the best is right now, really my best is a play called Confession of a Side Chick. And why I say that, because I wrote it from scratch. I didn't go with no format with nobody else.
Confession of a Side Chick.
Yeah, Confession of a Side Chick, which is a really good play, but I've been forced to keep.
What's it based off of? It's based off personal.
Well, it was based off. You thought it was based off. It was based off a side chick. It was based off a side chick. Everybody thought the lady was a side chick, but you found out the lady was his wife.
Mm.
So everybody went through the play thinking that she was the side chick.
His wife.
She was the wife the whole time. And so it's like I had TV1 call me for it. Like I just wouldn't sell it for the amount they was trying to give it to me. So my play is a play that, I saw Lincoln, I think about like 1,200-1,300 people came. But it's actually, I have originals that's I write. But at this point, this is a go-go musical year for me, because I have fun with it, and I want to hold something here for the city so people can have something to hold on while I take this world, because that's what I think go-go should have done. They should have left something here for the people to have while they took the world over. And see, what they did was stay here and then let none of the world get none of this flavor. And right. And so I learned from my mistakes. So what I'm doing is creating something here that can hold people over. I got 5 intellectual property at go-go. And so I think I'm gonna write one more, and that's 6. And then by the time I leave for about 2-3 years and do these national things, this stuff will still be going.
Yeah.
I got one for you. Y'all want to see Rocksteady? Go. I gave you.
Yeah, he gave you. He said right there. He said right there.
So
And
like
that is a history.
Right.
And it's still going today.
yeah, but see, that's also film. That's also film, man. You got dancers, you got Beat Your Feet Kings, you got all these people, you got people that is creative. And so yeah.
Yeah, he already got it.
So keep your mouth shut.
Nah, but at the end of the day, that's the point. That's the person that's creative. Like I give away jewels, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I know I got so much in my head that I think of stuff every day, and you got to understand. I don't think what we haven't listened to understand our audience. Like I don't write for me. I write for my audience, and so people say, "Well, how you doing this?" Because it's not emotional work for me. I'm not doing this because I got something to say. Man, I'm just saying somebody actually said, would you do Grease? Would you do Bruce the Place? People come to me. Somebody even said, man, can you do the Chuck Brown story? And I was like, okay, I'll call them. They don't want me to do it. Nah, I'm not going to do the Chuck Brown story. They don't want me to do it. But I got JYB. I got Sardines and Porky, baby.
You should do. Ready?
Yeah.
You should do you should write a story on Go Live. A movie on Go Live.
Yeah, that came.
Or play.
That came. I got some around. Like it's not. What I'm saying is, man, 2020 comes to Chocolate City Records.
Plus, I got an idea.
Because I want to say this: Chocolate City Records. Chocolate City Records is like, it's somebody that created that had go-go. Yeah, and we're gonna have some fun with it. But it's not that I know about this. It's just that I heard the history. And so, yes, Go Live is definitely a feature, a little piece in that play, Chocolate City Records. I'm giving you Chocolate City Records. It's about a record owner from DC.
That's key.
So at the end of the day, like I'm here. I'm here, but people not gonna when I cross over to the film, I got a whole lot to say. You gotta understand with theater, if I'm good at writing plays, that's on one set and on one stage. I don't have like film have to put it. I'm on one stage and that's magic. Most people that write film can't write theater. See, let's get that a fact.
It's two different things.
We're gonna respect theater. We're gonna respect theater. A lot of actors,
live.
A lot of actors that act in film can't act on stage.
Because you don't get no
that's
retakes.
Live. You don't get no retakes. You
Yeah.
gotta go. And so, if I can write and make you go through a story on one stage, and you going through a story like the kids you going through, what you think I could do on film? Like I tell my people, like, come on, y'all. Like the film guys ain't gonna tell y'all, but just tell them to try to come over to my lane. It's hard to write on that one stage. It's hard to entertain people on that one stage. And so I want to have enough content here so I have time enough to take over the world.
Right. Because part of that stage is you have to really have people utilize their own imagination to envision what they're acting. Because sometimes you're not going to have that that shit on stage like in a movie where you can cut to the scene and show it.
You can. You can. I guarantee you can sit down and follow my whole stage with. Why? Because I go on intelligence. You might can't follow if you're not intelligent, but if you're intelligent, if you got some brain, you can follow it. Trust me. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got is common sense. I'm not intelligent. I got common sense.
So when does so right now the only active play right at this moment that's going on is going to be kids, right?
Yeah, Fars Minds. You got other theater companies, but Fars Minds.
No. I'm talking about nobody else.
You.
I'm talking about you.
Oh yeah. Yes.
And when does that start? What's the run? How many days?
April 28th, 29th, and 30th. I think we're gonna do 4 shows.
4 shows, 4 consecutive days.
Yeah, 4. Three consecutive days. We're gonna do 2 shows Saturday. I
think. And like, how do you mentally? How do you even prepare? How do you even prepare? Are you past that stage now where you mentally prepare for it, or did you just?
It's God assignment. Like I tell everybody, like Allah knows best. Like this is not my assignment. Anybody know me that know me from the past. I didn't like to read. I didn't like to write. I didn't like to do none of it. And so when everybody brings to us God assignment, like I tell you, like I can never be prepared for this because, like God say do something, I just do it. He might say tomorrow, like stop. I'm gonna stop. So when God tell me to go, like I didn't have nowhere to go like a month ago. Like we grew too big for Bethesda, just not enough seat. And so I didn't know where I was gonna go. I had a 2-year contract with Bethesda, and I knew I couldn't go back there because we couldn't make no money. Like we sold all these seats in, but it wasn't big enough. It was our group. And then I got a call from the Warner Theater and the Lincoln Theater. So it's not me. Like God knew what was going on. Then I get a call from these 2 folks, and it's something different when Live Nation call you, when it's a difference.
That's official.
When white companies call you and say, "Hey, we want you.
We want to work with you." Not you trying to knock down their door.
Nah, they called me,
right.
and Pacific was like, "We want Greece," and I say, "Nah, yeah, I got to do more than Greece."
It's a package deal.
It's a package deal. So they was like, "What you got?" And I was like, "This is what I want to run on."
That man said he ain't selling dimes no more. He only selling weight.
Yeah. and that's the way it went. And so I Mitch Ainsley Gates from DC Events in the mayor office. They've been hearing the people, like everybody kept on wondering why we're not in DC doing go-go musical. We was in Maryland all the time. And they heard our cries, and I got the call, and they gave me a price that I couldn't refuse. Like they gave me a price, like I was like, "Y'all for real?" They like, yeah, we behind you. And so now it's an opportunity for me to feed the people that's been rocking with me from day one and help musicians. Like I need see in the me and Scooby talk, I'm gonna say Scooby because he been rocking with me since day one. But now it's a time where I can block out and I can grab a rock steady and say, can you just here goes some money. Can I just hold you for like 2 months in the studio? Like I just you do get, but I want you here for 2 months and we put this masterpiece together. And see, that's where they're not missing because they're hard work. They supposed to get everything that given to them. Right. It couldn't be a me if it wasn't for them. Right. And so, but my job is to figure. I don't want to come to Rocksteady and insult his intelligence and be like, right, I need you. Nah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the money.
Fair
and I'm gonna say, conversation. I'm gonna say, bro, 2 months, bro. Can you just give me your best for 2 months? And that 2 months, I can guarantee that 2 months will take care of the whole year.
And what I want to do is I want to turn the microphone over to my other two lovely guests and the scraggly faced dude over there. Because I value what they got to say, and I'm sure they got some questions or just some comments or some things they want to say to you. So, hey guys, it's on y'all.
Little Gigi ain't gonna say nothing.
Okay, so my question is, you said that you didn't like to read or write or anything. I understand you said it, I lost it. So it just came to you all of a sudden, like out of nowhere.
I was in prison, and God started talking to me. He said you can do theater. And I can't say what I really said because it's offensive, certainly. But I was like, nah, I can't do it. And I was like, because the only image I had was Tyler Perry. And I was like, nah, I'm not that dude. Like, I'm these dudes. I do this, I do that. I'm me. Like I'm a drug. Like, hey, what am I here for? You know what I'm saying? And he just beat it over my head and see.
They're back. And in their house, because my daughter's father has been in and out of jail her whole entire life. And I don't think it's long as spent out of jail. Year and a half. So
He cursing you out right now.
he cursing me out.
Like, I know damn well she is not putting it on my.
What's wrong with you?
Anyway. Kudos to you for turning that situation
into that bag.
Yeah.
Into that bag.
Have your wife being right there through the struggle. So now she's like, baby, I'm a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Oh man.
For
me, go ahead. Y'all got enough? You got another? You got a comment, Danny? Oh, come on, go ahead.
What was the first thing that you wrote? What was the first thing that you
The Geese, the Go version of Wiz Bob.
No, she don't mean nigga. She I know her. She means just in life in general.
The first thing that you wrote. When I first said, I need you to do this. This the path of it. The first thing you write with yourself.
The Geese.
Right.
Yeah. First thing.
How many times did it take you to write to get it
the way that you want it?
First time. So it's like Jay-Z. Jay-Z said this. Jay-Z, like right now, I can have a whole story in my head. Like I don't have to go to the script to tell you where you messed up at. And this is what the people around me like can't understand. So it's true, like when Jay-Z and Big say Jay-Z and Biggie can go in there and knock out one of them, and you hear Jay-Z. So when I get to write, I can write. I have to write it down.
No, I mean the way his method.
But I come up with the beginning, and I come up with the end, not just write.
Fill in the middle.
Yeah, I never know. I know the beginning and I know the ending, and I go zoom, and it goes just like that. I can write a play in actually 10 days.
And that's how you do all your plays.
All of them.
Damn.
How many
I have probably like about 9 intellectual, probably about 9. Because I wrote the black version of Golden Girls too.
You already have characters and everything.
Yeah, we grown. We grown.
You do have a safe in home, right? You do have a safe in home.
All your projects.
Yeah, I got the Library of Congress.
Oh, okay.
They got to take the thumbprint and
For the intellectual property.
Argumentary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of these shows we're gonna
Library of Congress.
one of these shows he actually invited us to come down on the red carpet and have some interviews. I ain't do that, but I'm throwing it out there.
I say it all the time. Maybe people don't listen, but I be telling everybody like I've been on Channel 5 all over, and it's podcasts do not ask the hard questions, right? We don't want to be messy, but I like the hard questions, and a lot of different podcasts know that they done burn bridges with, right? Because they know that in the background, when I first came out, I was begging for people to, like, I got something here.
Just like go digging.
But they was, this ain't gonna this and this. And now when people make mistakes, instead of coming back and saying, man, I'm a man about this, and I made a mistake, blah, blah, blah. Because it's just that easy if you're a man,
Right.
Without the ego.
Right.
So now, like, a lot of podcasts don't have me on there because they scared I'm gonna say something about them. So I don't get a lot of love from the podcast. And then some people that own it around, like, hey man, like, I paid 62 people last time. I can't give away tickets. I'm not, people thinking I paid 62 people. So y'all can count my money all day long. But I'm paying 62 people, and I usually don't get to pay myself. Right? I paid 62 people last time. And so if we got businessmen and people know, if you came to my show and you open that brochure, all them people got to get paid. Yeah, I did make some money for other people, but I didn't make no money.
And if you did, you got to go right back.
Yeah, and then I got to hold and go right back. And thanks for investors and people that believe in me. Like, I don't have a problem getting money. The first time I had to pay almost 35-40% on the money I got. But this year, today of growing, I don't have to pay no money back. Everybody gave me money, said you don't owe me anything. And so that's God's work. God needed me to go through this to get the hit.
He was smart enough to put that money in the cycle and he had to re-up.
No, yeah, and that's come from the hustling world too. I know what I gotta do.
Right.
But I don't want people get upset about the tickets. If I can put everybody that's important podcast, you think I wouldn't do it because y'all the people that's gonna get me lifted more. But you gotta look at how many people that's on that stage.
Right.
You gotta open that play bill and say, damn, he paying all these people. And I'm blessed to be able to pay all those people. So I still smile, and my kids and my city is proud of me. Yeah.
Go ahead.
We weren't begging.
No, it wasn't y'all. No. I'm just saying the
We're
power.
ready to come in.
I ain't gonna talk. No, the power. Some powers that be. I get blocked from a lot of things.
Man, you already know how this thing is. These are what happens is a lot of times what people tend to forget that these are normal people who wake up every day and tell you what you should be doing. Their life ain't straight.
Yeah. So, let me give you a true story about my life. I had a home in Potomac, but I couldn't rent an apartment in Southeast. That's how we think. Yeah. I had a home that I live on River Road in Potomac, but I couldn't rent an apartment off of State Road. Right.
That's backward.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. I got people from Channel 5, WPGC, Channel 4, all these folks, reality stars, all these folks pay to come to my show, right? But somebody that's regular don't want to get in free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the people that really that's there that can really, like Channel 5 sell a lot of tickets for me.
Right.
They don't ask me for a ticket.
Right.
And so, I'm trying to get a lesson. I do explain to certain people, but when I see them and I'm telling you, like, God, like, you gotta understand, you might pay 6 band members or 7 band members. I pay 66 people. And you would know that if you came to my show. Like, we're doing 2 different things. Like, you can't do a film with 5-6 people. A lot of people do that, but I wouldn't suggest it. But when you look at a film, you see all those credits, all those people get paid.
And so when I do theater, all these you I don't do like direction. I don't do none of that. I don't even do the music. You got musicians that sing, you got musicians that sing background at my shows. You think they don't get paid? Yeah, these people be playing every night, but they do what they do. You know what I'm saying? So I had to pay. I had to pay. Last time I paid 62 people, and we're still growing. I think this one we're at about 60 people that we have to pay this time. Tickets www.thelincolndc.com.
And once again, the gig starts when?
28th, 29th, and 30th. And go vote for us at the Whammy Awards. We got nominated for the Whammy Awards. And that's when your people take care of you, right? Somebody called me and said, Slim, got you. You need to be in the Whammy Awards, man. You doing music? That grease was off the chain. And I think we're the first stage play they ever gave that to.
Man, we proud of you just for me getting to know you, meeting you today, just as a black man out here that has overcome, because you already know it's mean out here. People think it's mean now. We looking at these kids, how soon we forgot. We looking at these kids now. Man, we was fucking shit up in my day. The 90s was not a game.
Right.
The 80s wasn't a game. So, I mean, just proud of you as a black man for pushing through.
I'm happy that you hit. When
Making
you hit
some of
me,
yourself,
then I hit you right back.
Immediately.
I mean, I was on it. I knew the date and everything. I'd be excited because I've been there. I've been there. Like I was gonna kill myself in prison. So I know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was contemplating suicide. You know what I'm saying? So every call I get when somebody called me, man, you know how I was on it? What was I on it for real? I was on it, wasn't it?
And it was all love, man.
I was like, bro, yeah. When he told me, he's like, we got to do it. I was like, God. So I was on it. Like, we got rehearsal tonight, but I was like, I'm coming here.
This is just the first. This is just the first. Like I say, we humble.
Yeah.
We appreciate. We know what you're doing. We see what you're doing.
Yeah.
We appreciate what you're doing. We are people. We all of us here, and we got a host missing. We definitely contribute to the community.
Yeah.
And we're gonna help push you through.
Well, I want to say the same thing, man. I really appreciate you guys reached out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to ever, like I said again, wherever I'm here now is my word. If I'm in LA, I'm here, man. When you say you're gonna be shocked. We've been in a relationship. If I don't come here, I'm say, hey man, can I? Yeah, I earned. Yeah. Now I sold his first. I got Genghis in this play.
Where he wasn't doing well, he's back. He wasn't doing well. I brought Genghis, I brought Trey Chaney, and I brought recipes Tracy Braxton. Okay. To his first place. Like I was with him, I did all that. Then this is how I got in. I was like, I get such and such a play because the tickets wasn't doing with it. He was like, no, you can't do that. He said, I ain't got the money. I said, you don't need nothing. And so I had relationships back to I told you I have to come back to relationships. So I had a relationship with Genghis, Tracy Braxton, and Trey Chaney.
I had a relationship with these people, and I said, man, I'm coming home. I believe in this guy. Can y'all help me? And Genghis was the first one. Like, whatever you want, bro, I got you.
No. You gotta say it in the big G voice.
So he said, yeah, whatever you want, bro, I got you. So Tracy Braxton came on, which is the sweetheart. Like, if people ain't meet Tracy Braxton, Tracy Braxton was down to earth. Like,
She's so funny too.
And she was like, I'm with it. And so, that was, when he saw that he sold out, he let me on board. He was like, okay, you got something with you. Let me give you a chain. And from there, I ain't have to go pick up the Popeyes and sweep the floors. And
oh man. So this is what we're gonna do real quick. We gotta take a break. We want you to give the people your information. How can they contact you? How can they get in contact with you? Maybe they may want to audition for DC Black Broadway. Look at me doing my damn job. Maybe they want to audition for DC Black Broadway, because I did see that you do have auditions and open auditions. I don't know if it's going on right now.
We probably do another one. Well, actually, we did 4 auditions this year, and that's another thing I need.
Is it all singers?
Nah.
Cause I can laugh pretty good.
No, we got singers, dancers, actors. We got
any
everything.
bullshitters.
Yeah, that's the funniest one. You gotta come see the gigs. We got comedians. Joe Jackson is the man of the Green Line. Man, he's on. I got him for 3 plays this year. And so he didn't have a clue, but man, he was so funny, and I was like, and let me say this about DC. Only reason I'm asking you, you could be a superstar, celebrity in our city. Only reason I'm asking you to come is because I need to learn your personality. Right? Like Joe Jackson. If he never would have came, I wouldn't have knew his personality. So I can always write you in the play.
Right.
But if I don't know you from nowhere, I just can't throw you in a play and don't know who you are. I wouldn't know what to do. And so a lot of go-go people get offended because I'm asking them to come audition. Man, I know you can sell tickets. I just need to know what you do. Well, I'm telling you now, that's one of the things. A lot of folks don't want to audition. And it's like, come on, just help me somewhere, you know? So, but you can follow me on, my company is www.dcblackbroadway.com, and you can go, it's Dr. Lavelle Long on every, Instagram and Facebook. If you know someone, you can call me or you can inbox me. I give my number. I talk to everyone. I don't turn no one down.
Oh man.
So, because like I said, against God's assignment.
And we appreciate you coming through.
Appreciate you coming through, Doc.
It's After Party time, man. We're gonna take a quick break, real quick. We're gonna come right back with Rock Steady. I gotta go recharge my battery. If y'all know what that means, then y'all know what that means. But yeah, we're gonna be right back. DJ Scooter, you got some crank for me, bro?
Yeah.
Let's go. This is After Party, man. Love yours, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
Turn it down, Nudie.
Keep it tight. Got to get the nigga license back so we can get twisted. Get drunk like we know your business. Gangsta style, funky drunk. One time coming, funky drunk. The cops coming out here. Yeah. Come out here. Come around here. Yeah. On the side. Yeah. Yeah. No rush. Easy now. And daddy boy. Let him put that pocket bushwhack. 2 or 3. What's up, Rick? You got a sauce. No rush. No rush. Yeah. Don't forget about that Zulu KT. Each and every Saturday. Doing something with my man Larry. Come on. Also, don't forget about Saturday, y'all. Outside. Doing some outside activities. U Street Fest. Listen up down to U Street Festival. You did. You got a sauce. So we ain't no rush. It's all. no sauce. Nigga stay in here. Nigga stay in here. Hold on. Come on. It's sauce. Yeah. Nigga stay in here. Nigga stay in here. Hey, bro, hold on. Want to some light sauce? Solo. Some light. Give me some light. Give me tea, soda sauce. Soda time, food. Come on. Yeah. Hey, sauce. Oh my. Soda sauce. What's up, Trey? It's your big fight. Let's gotta get the fast like let's gotta get the fast like looking for big fight. Hey, Montana, it's your big motherfuckers. It's your big motherfuckers. Don't give out each and every Friday all the good numbers, y'all. Right right back down here on Thursday nights. The independent. Happy birthday going out to my man, so y'all. The whole style. Yeah. The river turns smooth. Excuse me, motherfucker. Yeah. The 21st of April. I can't make you wait it. I do make you stop. The 13th place. The biggest is Fairfax. It's giving motherfucker. D-Ball. And what's up, y'all? Hey, Fairfax. It's giving motherfucker. A 4-day better. It's ice cream, 4-day better. And Friday, 4-day better. A 4-day better. Hey, Lil Keith. It's Shay Dog. It's Joe Elliott. It's Skitty DeAndre. My nigga Beastie. The whole time. The independent dude. River turn. My nigga DJ with that intimate thing. The independent. Look here. That's all our time to the next time. Please leave safely on stand up. And it really won't be.
All right, y'all, welcome back. Welcome back. It's the After Party right here on GoGoRadioLive.tv. Danny Man, Miss Awanya, a.k.a. Miss Shit Talker, Miss Gigi, and Miss Amy Cakes has entered the building. We got our next special guest tonight, y'all. It's the one and only world famous,
Legendary.
the legendary, unorthodox, Rocksteady.
God, that was a hell of an introduction.
Jeez.
I gotta take you with me.
Right. Hey, first off, I'm gonna start this off by saying this, man. Rocksteady, I've been watching you since I was a little kid. I used to watch you every time you come to a nap. Wow. Every time.
He go to nap and shit.
Listen, no, and he know what I'm talking about. Robin Wood, Stanton Center.
He was Robin Wood.
Eastport.
Pause.
I mean, it's just, this is the man. Everybody wanted to be like Rocksteady. Y'all don't get it.
I get it. So that's
Man, it's just like, no, everybody wanted to dress like this guy. Everybody wanted to be Rocksteady. Because they say he was, like I told him last week, I heard that no, I mean everywhere, even DC, even DC, everybody wanted to dress like this man. Yeah.
Yes.
They respect what this man. They respect what this man brought to the street at that time. The cool guy, cool, relatable, approachable, all of that, and he loves his people. That man, this is the man right here. And they can tell you, I talk shit about Hot Cold Sweat. Why? That was my band.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, that was my band. But welcome to the show, Rocksteady. I ain't gonna hold you. Nudie, Miss Gigi, Amy, Awanya over here. I don't know what she's doing, but Danny, I'm gonna let them have the floor. I'm just gonna fall back. I said what I had. Oh, I got one more, and I got a question. Go live. I'm gonna take you back to Landover 87. Wow. 86, 87.
Wow.
Why couldn't we hear you on y'all segment of Go Live video? Why couldn't we hear you? Because you was back that motherfucker
Couldn't hear
Was
who?
I turned down?
Couldn't hear who?
You couldn't hear Rob Steady at all.
I don't know what tape you had, sir.
No, I got several versions of Go Go
You
Live.
had all the bootleg versions.
The first
That's what you
Go Go
had.
Live. You couldn't hear. You couldn't hear.
I don't know. I heard
I
it.
ain't never heard that before.
I got to go back and listen.
That was the Annapolis copy that you had. He got that from the Annapolis flea market,
No, that's
right?
It's the Capitol Heights version.
Definitely wasn't the Capitol Heights version.
Straight from the board. Oh,
No, man, it was. Why they didn't have y'all on there longer, man?
Well, I think because of the
Logistics.
the politics of it, they wanted to shave everything down and gave us
An excerpt.
Yeah.
I close my
But we was
name.
there. We made history.
That definitely was history.
That was
Definitely history.
I had on white.
one of the big
I had
things.
on white. They had on a white outfit with the hat.
green.
And
Green with the green hats that they wearing now.
Yeah.
the high cold sweat symbol right here.
The brown hats.
The
Yeah.
top hat.
No, the top hats.
He had the top hat on.
So
everybody do?
Yeah.
how did it feel to be in front of that many people?
Wow.
Like was it a feeling that you got when you first got there and you knew when you arrived, or was it when you hit the stage and it looked and was like, oh shit?
To be honest with you, I think that was the first time I looked at myself as what they call the local celebrity.
Yeah, you was
Because I was so, like he said, I was always personal and just personal with everybody. I would talk to everybody, hug everybody.
Mhm.
But that was the first time I remember peeking out of the back of the stage and they saw it was me and they was going crazy on the side. You thought it was a fight. And I was like, man, am I that important? So, young kid playing, so it was a big deal to me.
Right.
Just to make the history. We didn't realize that we were making history.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think anybody knew that y'all was making history just because it was Go-Go.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. Go-Go was big back then, but it wasn't big, and so to speak.
Right.
Because we was just getting off of the ground, because EU was to follow after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's when Spike Lee came in and grabbed EU.
Mm-hmm.
The salt and pepper thing with the Go-Go and all of that.
Yeah, everybody started. Well, to me, I thought when that happened, I was like, oh man, we get ready. Oh
Here we
man,
go.
everybody
Here we
gonna
go.
be rich.
Here we go.
We all gonna
Here
be
we
big.
go,
We
right.
all gonna be rich. We all gonna be this. And I don't know what happened. Like I said, Go-Go is it was a lot of politics. It just was a handful of people that controlled the whole situation. So we couldn't. I mean, it was just those people that got the money and took the money and whatever they did, and took advantage of it. Right. Yeah, it was
We
all.
don't call it that.
Yeah, we're gonna call it that, but I mean,
Call it like it is.
yeah, the real truth was they was so money hungry from themselves, and they didn't even care about my opinion. They didn't care about where Go-Go was going.
Right.
Because at this point, it's like, okay, we created this genre of music. Everybody going to see it. The people, Go-Go is one of the only music in the world that you can go and see it 5 times a week, and they play the same thing 5 times a week. And
Right.
nothing.
Right.
So Go-Go never really had to go on tour because we play 5 nights a week.
Right.
And
So
make
right here.
Playing with
money.
High Cold Square, we play 5 nights a week.
Right.
Good God.
800 people
That's when everybody
every
Back
show.
then it was different though.
Yeah.
Back then it was different.
Right.
System driving through
Right.
So-
hip-hop, Kings Point.
Yeah, so you figure you got a band. Why go on tour when you can? Well, they figure, not the musicians itself.
Right.
They
Most
made the
of-
decisions
Most
for you.
of the managers or the people that was in control of this
You on
situation,
tour right now?
they said, "Well, why should they go on tour and you can play 5 nights a
Local
week
stardom, yeah.
and we can take all the money?"
But no
Right.
one was thinking outside of the box as far as expanding, so other people in the other
Yeah.
parts of the country and of the world could.
They
get
just
that
wanted their
experience.
cut.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that's part of it. You can't be scared to travel. You can't be scared to
Yeah.
meet
Well, it wasn't.
Especially
I
when
don't,
there's money to be made.
it wasn't about the scary part of it. It's like, okay, why? Why would we go somewhere when we making thousands of dollars
Sounds
a
like
week?
the
Because you can make millions.
Well,
Sounds like
to
the
them,
Don't sound
yeah,
like-
to
That was a
them,
lot.
yeah. But as a kid, for me, I always thought I was. Oh, for some reason, I thought I was bigger than Go-Go because where I come from, you know, I've been on tour at a 13-year-old kid or whatever. So for me, Go-Go was just, oh man, I can do this.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
the popularity too.
Yeah,
I
I think everybody. I don't think the musicians got popular by default because we did it for the love. To where it's not for the love, it's about the money. But back then we did it for the love. So you figure you played 5 nights a week and made $75. God,
Right?
no,
A week.
a week.
I paid that to go out.
So it
But the money was different back
it
then.
was all about
Yeah, it was
the,
like $5
Right.
to get in.
it was all about the love. So we did it. When you see cats that been around as long or longer than me, we did it for the love. So the love was first, and then the music was, the money was even second. And I always had
And then
this
the
thing,
music.
yeah. So it's like,
That's how it should have been.
we didn't think about having managers having personal managers or having people, your mom or somebody to come and say, man, let me, or contracts and none of that. So we didn't
It was
do
like
nothing.
doing this and Go-Go did.
Right. So
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So-
Yeah.
So when you say that, you thought as though you were bigger than Go-Go. Personally, I think that's a good mindset to have because it will make you want to go further than stay in that box. It will make you want to branch out. So I feel like more musicians have that mindset that they're bigger than
Right.
Go-Go than what they're just doing right
Well,
here.
you got to understand, before I came in Go-Go, I was discovered at a pawn shop by the Hughes brothers. And I don't know if anybody know who the Hughes brothers is, but they was working for Motown at the
But
time.
the answer,
No, they were the band, Motown's band.
okay.
This
So-
you thinking Minister Society? That's
So
40 years later.
And so I was already doing chitlin circuits with these
Before
guys, a 14-year-old kid with 20-something-year-old men. So I toured
What
with
year?
them. This was, Jesus.
He been in
talking
Go-Go for
Test
years.
is a quiz. What year?
70, not 70, 80,
That, the chitlin circuit,
88, 89, something like that. 87, 80. Man,
Don't break your brain. It was.
because it's been so long. So it stopped. No, she want to get but you can go back and fact check some of that. But I think it's like, I might have been in Go-Go around 83. So before Go-Go. So it's like 80, 79, 80, 81, 82. It's when I was playing
Okay.
as a kid.
So when do you think they fell out of love with the genre and it became all about? Because that's what it seems like right now. It's all about the rendition through the round, where you would take a national recognized song.
Did you read that?
Hey, Lisa.
You read that somewhere? Because that wasn't true.
We want to definitely talk about that.
Okay. So let me tell you, because people, and I understand people. Chuck Brown wasn't the first go-go band. So let's get that straight.
The young senators.
The Young
I know
Senators.
exactly.
So the Young Senators was a my sister used to take me around to see the Young Senators. We lived in Clay Terrace, which was a little circle, and they used to practice in that little circle.
Mm.
And so my sister used to date one of them. So I used to go see them. And they had, what I mean by everybody had creativity. So they might have did 2 cover songs. The average go-go band probably did 2 cover songs, and one of them was probably a slow song.
Started off
Because they
with
were
a slow
still
song.
into that rhythm and blues.
Right.
To find their way.
But everybody were making their own grooves. So you had 20 to 30 bands back then And you can close your eyes and say, okay, that's Mass Extension. Okay, that's Rare Essence. Okay, that's Peacemakers. That's Patchwork. That's Reds and the Boys. That because everybody had their own originality. So everybody had their own grooves, is what we called it back then. It was grooves. We made up our own grooves. Like I was just telling them earlier, each Congo player had their own style. It wasn't, shout out to Mickey for starting the whole trend of patterns where the Congo players followed him. There was none of that. It was everybody that played Congos was different. You had T-Bone, you had Smokey, you had Jungle Boogie, and you had Ula Tony. Those was the older guys that, to me, that I used to see. That was really, everybody had their own total style. You could tell none of them played like none of them. Everybody had their own style, and they had their own creativity. When I started playing as a kid, that was like my competition. They were grown men. So for me, that's how everybody had their own style. Then you had Foxy Brown, you had I can go on and on. A guy named Loose Booty. It was just so many different names of people had their names. Foxy Rob. So you had era. All them, all those guys, Heartbeat, all those guys came. Yeah. Well,
I mean, that was a different era.
Everybody, yeah.
It was a different era.
Hey, what's up, Loose Booty?
Yeah. But everybody, all these cats was like had their own style. Like every band had their own style. Every band had their own style, and they had their own creativity and their own group. Even though Chuck Brown made it popular, but it's still everybody had their own. Go-Go was, if you didn't have your own groove, they would talk about it. So
that brings it now.
Back then, it was bands that did everybody music, but we called them top 40 bands. So if we wanted to get away, we'd go see a top 40 band and somebody wet. If that makes any sense. So what happened was, I think that Go-Go started cheating. So people stopped creating. After the Northeast Groover, the Backyards and the Junkyards, Go-Go, for some reason, lost their creativity after those bands. Those are the last bands of the era of real Go-Go. And that you can say creativity.
Because that is
That's the wave.
That is our era, and now our kids go right down the line. Exactly what he's saying. Mm-hmm. That's where it stopped at. That's our era. My kids don't listen to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I put it on and I play it, I take them to it. Oh, once that beat kick in, it's over. But
and nothing to the, because I mean, everything must change, of course. So you got the bounce beat that came after that, which wasn't accepted like it was, right? And because us as the seniors of Go-Go didn't reach down and say, okay, man, I'm gonna take these kids and show them how the grooves or how the Go-Go is supposed to be. They came up with their own thing. So
I'm sorry, I keep on cutting you off. So you don't think that bounce beat is bringing back the creativity lane? Because bounce beat, they don't really play too many covers.
That was their version of creativity, because what happened is we stopped doing songs. Bands stopped making songs. Every band used to make their own song record. So the records stopped coming. So now you got a whole wave of people that's saying, man, we're going to do it this way. So a lot of times we created on stage. That was your record. But that was your group. We created it as we go, and we didn't practice. But a lot of times we practiced and then have a show after practice.
Do we realize that a lot of that
but that
don't sound good?
Yeah, but that comes from the love.
A lot of that original music
don't sound good.
Don't sound It don't.
I know one song right now.
It don't sound good.
That a DJ can
And then
play anywhere, and everybody know the word. Organized scenario.
and then another thing, I think another part that's misconstrued is actually like when a part of go-go that I actually loved is when you took that song and cranked it, because the original shit don't sound good. Once you go in the studio, go-go loses that grit.
Yeah,
It's cleaned up.
Well,
You got people sounding like Mickey Mouse who got deep voices.
Adrenaline is not there, and
And then it's mixed down too much.
everybody. I can play a set of congos right now. You can say, okay, well, but when you come to the show, it's a totally different thing. So it's the adrenaline. You know, we add that.
Go-go was alive. Go-go was alive. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's hard to it's hard to translate that live energy and take that into the studio, because sometimes, because the rawness, people I don't know, people tone it down and they try to get all studio-y.
Now that y'all say the rawness out of it, if y'all hadn't read my post, we was talking about that too. A lot of people don't like to take the rawness out of it.
That's what I'm saying.
But the older folks like to take the rawness out of it. They like those studio albums more than the live
It didn't work.
versions of band. I mean, it worked for a little while.
That's because the
And then like he said,
they sit there in their car
Right.
listening or
Right.
whatever. They not,
Right.
you know.
We still got the same go-go classic songs. That one song that when they play go-go, they just play one song in the club with the whole club shut down now, and play "Sexy Lady" or you know what I'm saying. And that's more, and that is the most recent classic that we had. We got staples and classics that are when they play them. Oh man, but right now I want to say probably "Sexy Lady" is the new, and that song. How old is that song?
Yeah, that's older than 10 years. It's longer than almost 10 years old.
You know what I'm saying? So people, one like I said, one of the problems with the culture, one of the problems one of the reasons I believe that it didn't go as far as it could have went, because it's so small. Everybody know each other. I know your baby mother too. We have an issue. You're on top. If I let Rocksteady play, and you dope, bruh. If I let you play and get some shine, it's only 5 spots. You're gonna take my spot. Nah, I'm gonna hold you off.
Right. It turned into politics, like everything else. So go turned into politics. So some people can't be stopped, no matter what. You know, the people just want to come and see them, no matter what. Some people they shield and they say, okay, these 5 bands got to make the money. We can't have them. They can't be on the show. We don't want them on the show. And it turned into that, where back in our time, we invited you to come because it was competition.
Yeah.
So the competition was on.